You have probably heard about the dark triad, which refers to three personality disorders, namely narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. Today we are going to talk about the dark psychology of power and how these three dark personality types use tactics to control other people. Make sure to watch each point till the end to understand the kind of danger you could be in. Number 1. The encirclement tactic. Imagine yourself being surrounded by people who always agree with you no matter what you say. They praise your decisions and make you feel like you are always right. In this scenario, the only feedback you get is positive. There is no one who would dare to oppose you or question your thoughts. Does it sound like a dream come true? Well, it's actually the opposite. It's a nightmare that many people experience in relationships with narcissists, especially when they are in a leadership position. This tactic is called encirclement, and it is widely used by narcissists, as mentioned by Dr. Ramani Devasula, a psychologist and assistant professor of psychiatry at Mercer University School of Medicine. Narcissists will purposely surround themselves with yes people. In fact, they may go out of their way to find people who do you and think for themselves, so they can easily manipulate them into doing what they want. For example, if you work under a narcissistic boss who has hired people just like him, speaking up during a meeting with your ideas is pointless, because your boss will dismiss your ideas, criticize you, and make you feel humiliated. Your boss's followers will also join him in making fun of your ideas while praising his genius. The narcissist will then reiterate how lucky he is to have such an amazing team who shares his vision. Surrounded by people who constantly agree with him, he feels like the king of the world. But it's all an illusion. Narcissistic abuse survivor and author Shahida further explains that narcissists often choose people who are impressionable and gullible and are willing to listen to whatever the narcissist says without questioning it. It allows the narcissist to build an image of himself in front of others, which can make him even more narcissistic and entitled. If you ever find yourself in a situation like this, know that you are dealing with a form of psychological abuse, and the best way to protect yourself is to remove yourself from that environment. 2. The discredit. Narcissists, Machiavellians, and psychopaths will try to make you look bad in front of others. Have you ever been gossiped about behind your back? Perhaps you heard some office colleagues talking about you in a disrespectful manner, or maybe your partner told you that someone said bad things about you when you weren't present. This tactic of discrediting you is very common and dangerous, and it can destroy your reputation and relationships. Narcissists, Machiavellians, and psychopaths may use any means necessary to achieve this goal, including lying, manipulation, and even character assassination. Why do they do this? Because they need to stay in power. By damaging your character, they can keep you under their thumb and prevent you from challenging their authority. Additionally, discrediting you helps them maintain their own image and reputation. It makes them look like the good guy while you are portrayed as the bad guy, and there are many ways they use to discredit you. Sometimes they may spread rumors about you or share false information with others. Other times they might try to make you look incompetent by taking credit for your work or talking over you in meetings. No matter the method, the end result is the same. You may find yourself isolated and out of the loop, and they will continue to hold the reins of power. This is why it is crucial to be aware of their tactics and protect yourself against them. Don't be afraid to speak up and set boundaries when necessary. 3. The silent treatment tactic. Ever had a fight with your partner and suddenly they started ignoring you, giving you the silent treatment? You ask them what's wrong and they reply with a simple, nothing. Still, they remain cold and distant, refusing to talk to you. It's torture. The worst part is you don't know why you are being punished. Narcissists, Machiavellians, and psychopaths use the silent treatment as a form of punishment. It's a tactic they employ to exert control over those around them. Dr. Ramani Devasula, psychologist and assistant professor of psychiatry at Mercer University School of Medicine, explains that this tactic can be extremely effective. She highlights that it doesn't require any effort on the part of the narcissist, and it punishes the other person by depriving them of the narcissist's attention. This can drive the other person crazy as they try to figure out what they did wrong and how to fix it. Narcissists may use the silent treatment as a way to punish you for not complying with their demands, for not meeting their expectations. It is important to note that narcissists do not view relationships as a two-way street. Instead, they see relationships as a means to fulfill their own needs and desires. When you fail to meet their expectations, they may resort to using the silent treatment as a form of negative reinforcement to try to get you to comply with their wishes. This tactic can be especially effective if you are in a close relationship with the narcissist, as it can cause you to question yourself and your own worth. it is crucial to recognize that the silent treatment is a form of emotional abuse and should not be tolerated. If you are experiencing this tactic, it is essential to take steps to protect yourself and prioritize your own emotional well-being. 4. The calculated benevolence tactic. A friendly smile, a helping hand, a listening ear. Kindness is something we all appreciate. We live in a world where being nice is often encouraged and rewarded. However, when this kindness is used as a tool to gain power and control over others, it becomes a dangerous weapon. Narcissists, Machiavellians, and psychopaths may use calculated benevolence as a way to manipulate those around them. They may offer to help someone with a task or project, but only if they are able to monitor the other person's work closely. They may pretend to be a good listener, offering advice and support, while secretly plotting ways to use that information to their advantage. It is important to be aware of this tactic and to exercise caution when dealing with those who may use kindness as a manipulative tool. While it may seem harmless at first, calculated benevolence can be a way for narcissists, Machiavellians, and psychopaths to gain the upper hand. Therefore, it is crucial to be vigilant and protect yourself against those who may exploit your trust and vulnerability. 5. The blame-shifting tactic. Have you ever experienced a situation where you were clearly not at fault, yet somehow you ended up taking the blame? This tactic is commonly used by narcissists, Machiavellians, and psychopaths, and it can be incredibly frustrating and demoralizing. They may shift the blame onto someone else, making it seem like it was their fault all along. This can be especially problematic in the workplace, where taking the blame for someone else's mistakes can damage your reputation and career. Narcissists, Machiavellians, and psychopaths may use blame shifting as a way to avoid accountability and maintain a false image of themselves as being perfect or always right. When confronted with their mistakes, instead of taking responsibility, they may try to shift the blame onto someone else, often choosing someone who is less powerful than them. This can create a toxic work environment and make it difficult for anyone to hold these individuals accountable for their actions. It is important to recognize this tactic and to be prepared to defend yourself against it. Do not let these individuals push you around or take advantage of your willingness to be helpful. Stand up for yourself and be willing to speak out against their behavior. Have you noticed any of these tactics in your life? Let us know in the comments below. These dark personality types crave power more than anything else, and they will stop at nothing to achieve it. That's why it's important to be aware of the tactics they use to control others. By understanding their motives and behaviors, you can better protect yourself against their manipulation and maintain a sense of control in your own life. Remember that you are not alone in this battle. There are resources available to help you navigate these difficult situations and come out stronger on the other side. With knowledge and awareness, you can take the necessary steps to safeguard your well-being and ensure that your voice is heard.